In this video, I'm thinking I'm going to talk about four questions, four different questions, four maybe useful questions that the earnest, that the truthful, that the sincere seeker can ask. This is in no way the definitive questions, because I don't think there are any definitive questions on the spiritual path. They're all useful. You know, they all take you somewhere, because basically the idea of the question, of the inquiry, is not to come up with an answer, a linear answer, but actually to open a door to a deeper sense of knowing of oneself, a deeper exploration, almost as if to take one beyond the, linear, rational mind into somewhere within that isn't ruled almost by that linearity, the unknown, we may call it. But these are useful questions to ask for someone. I'm going to go through them a little bit. I'm not going to break them down too much. Question 1. Who or what am I beyond these thoughts and feelings? Question 2. What am I doing in my life and why? Question 3. What is it that needs resolution from the past? Question 4. What is it that I'm truly seeking? What is my deepest and greatest longing? So let's look at them a little bit. Who or what am I beyond these thoughts and feelings? This is one of the great questions that is asked often on the enlightenment intensives, broken down into tell me who you are, or when it's self-directed, who or what am I? Generally and always the conditioned self, that which we've been trained to be, conditioned to be, and that which we perennially, writ large in society, take ourselves to be, are these thoughts and emotions and body. That's it. That's what we assume we are. I am this. I am this. I am my thought. I am my emotion. I am my body. I am this personality. I am this entity. I am this human being. I am this, this thing that's wandering around, arrived here, became a thing, and then will exit at some point. But is there, in inquiry, certainly you find this in meditation, is this true? Is this actually true? Am I these thoughts? Am I these feelings? Am I these sensations? Am I this body? Or is there something greater? Is there something deeper? Is there something more? Is there any way that I can loosen up the grip of identification with the thinking, with the thoughts, with the identity of I am this? Is there any way we can kind of soften that up so that in a way we start to fall into the I am, but not necessarily the I am this? Is there any way we can deepen? On this channel I'm always speaking about the ocean of being, about sky nature, about our eternal essence, about the field of conscious awareness out of which form rises. Well, this is that question. Who or what am I beyond these thoughts and feelings? And this question, the purpose of this question in a way is to start to loosen up the rigidity of identification that we have with everything that arises within us. Every hot thought, every fearful emotion, every identification with I am this, and therefore it means this about me, and therefore it means this about the world, to just relax that, to start to loosen that up, so that there's a greater or a deeper falling into an awareness, into something softer, into the ocean of being. That is a really great inquiry, and there's no answer to that here, because it's not about answers. It's about the intimacy of the relationship that we have with our existence, with that which we call our existence, with our relationship with God, our relationship with others, our relationship with our beliefs, our relationship with our thoughts, our whole existence. This is a beautiful inquiry, and it's a tender inquiry, and it's an intimate inquiry. Second question: what am I doing in my life, and why? I include that because in my experience, although it might not seem like a very spiritual question, if you like, to actually start to wonder what it is that we're valuing. Why? What am I doing in my life, and why am I doing it? It might be that I'm so driven by survivalism. You know, the purpose of this question really is simply to get underneath the motivations, to get underneath the things that we take for granted about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and to uncover a deeper set of beliefs. You know, maybe you're driven by scarcity, maybe you're driven by fear of survival. Maybe you're driven by the desire or the need to be somebody. Maybe you're doing what you're doing in your life to get rich, so that, I mean, what is the purpose in that? Yeah, there's the desire to be somebody famous. Why? For what reason? Is it to make you feel better as a human being? Is it maybe to fill a whole, acknowledged or unacknowledged whole in the center of the being? Yeah, that's longing for recognition, or longing for love, or longing for security. What am I doing? It took me 50 years to even get anywhere near asking that question, because I had no idea what I was doing, or actually what I realized I was doing when I began my journey of coming off alcohol addiction, was I realized that what I was doing was seeking oblivion. What I was doing for 20 odd years in my life was actually seeking escape from the pain of my life. That was a great insight to me. What was I doing in my life? I was trying to avoid it. I was trying to avoid my own life. And of course, in many ways you can't, although you can get wrecked and seek oblivion, and you can seemingly find escape from your pain, but it doesn't really go away. It just comes around a corner and hits you in some other way, or it creeps up behind you, or it slams you right in the face. So when I realized, even on that level, that what am I doing in my life? Well, that's a great question with an open answer. I'm seeking to avoid my pain. That takes us on to the third question. I hope you're staying with me on this. What is it that needs resolution from the past? Now, I include that, even though this is a spiritual channel, and in some ways a kind of non-dual channel, although I don't speak of it in that way. But you know, and I do speak about the past, as you know, if you're watching this channel, because you know, so many people, the past follows us around, seeking resolution. I couldn't say it any clearer than that. The past follows us around like a shadow, like a bag, like a ghost, like unfinished business, seeking resolution. And the only way it can ultimately get resolution is in us. We may use a therapist, we may use a practice, we may use a modality, we may use, you know, whatever. They're constructive ways, of course. Before that, we're using the destructive ways. But even the constructive ways, you know, ultimately it still comes down to a personal relationship that we have with that which is unresolved within us. That resolution can come in many ways. Like I said, in many modalities or many practices, and they all offer support and they all do something really useful in so many ways. But ultimately, it's like it brings us into a sincere and integral relationship with ourselves, where the past no longer has the antagonistic kind of impact pull on us like this. That's the past, right? Past coming into the present to kind of go, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I need your attention. No, 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 we say, I'm too busy. I'm trying to avoid you, not deal with you. But at some point, things change. Yeah, things change. And then by and by, the relationship that we have with the past starts to become from one of turning away to turning towards, from one of fear or hostility to the past to actually one of love and one of compassion and one of understanding. And that's a radical shift that in and of itself brings us into a greater unity and naturalness. And there's such a profound benefit from this journey, from looking in that way at the past and seeing what you can do to open to it a little bit more, to heal it a little bit more, to welcome it a little bit more. Yeah. And the final question, which is almost the sum of these questions: what am I truly seeking? What am I truly seeking? What am I longing for? What is my deepest longing? Is it for pain relief? Is it for freedom? Is it for liberation? Is it for union? What am I truly, truly seeking? What is it that I long for more than anything? Is it a love that doesn't open and close? Is it something beyond conditional love? Is it to know myself, fully? Is it to love myself fully? Is it to find a way of loving the world from a deep place? Is it to end the fragmented view and way of being that I have in the world? Am I seeking healing? This question of what is it that I'm seeking is the driver to get conscious about it in a way, not on the linear level, on the deep heart, on the deep soul level, to ask that question deeper. Never mind the mind. The mind will say, "Oh, I'm seeking this. I'm seeking money." It goes back to the second question: what am I doing in my life and why? But what am I truly seeking is a deeper soul contemplation. That actually, when we can find out what it is that we're truly seeking, truly longing for, then we can start to give allegiance to the journey, because the one who wants freedom from suffering more than anything else is willing to go the extra mile, to go the extra distance, is more willing to endure the pain of release, the pain of turning towards one's suffering rather than constantly turning away, because one needs to develop the courage of a warrior on this path. Yeah, people don't really talk about this because we live in the spiritual kind of times really, where we want it easy, or we think it should be effortless, we talk about and stuff. And whilst that's all true, one still needs the courage of a warrior to face one's own darkness. And if you ask, what am I truly seeking? And you find out what you're truly seeking, which is, You know, freedom from suffering, or peace beyond the peace that just comes and goes, that is dependent on one thing or another thing, but actually a deeper abiding in what we could call equanimity, then you'll be prepared to embrace more of the courage that is inherent within you. There's courage inherent in everyone. And the courage that we have, you know, to face ourselves is of tremendous courage, and that's a tremendous power. And we will find that out if we really, you know, contemplate what we are truly seeking. It's that powerful. All of these questions are that powerful. As I've said, these questions are not answers. They're not questions that come, you know, like an exam question. These questions are only there. Nobody cares about the questions. I don't care about the questions. I only care about, you know, whether it has some kind of impact in consciousness to kind of take you in, to take us in deeper and more in, so that we, you know, this inner world starts to wake up more and more and more. And then within that energy, something deeper starts to happen. And yeah, that's it. That's the beauty of these 4 questions, such as they are, to awaken the courageous one within each of us, so that we can say, yes, I do want that. I want that with all my heart, you know, and all my soul. I want to wake up from this dream that we're all having. And I want to know my true nature. And I want to see what stands in the way. And I want to resolve what stands in the way, the beliefs, the past, yeah, the emotions that are stuck within me. I'm prepared to meet everything that arises and love it from as deep a place as I can. And that, my friends, is the warrior's path. And we're all on it, whether we like it or not. Bless you for listening and watching my video. See you soon.